time, date, and place has been furnished to the Bergen Record and the Ridgewood News. Notice has also been posted on the Bulletin Board of the Administration Building. Clerk, please take the roll.
Mayor Giordano.
Here.
Mr. Brennick.
Here.
Ms. Sarah Drake.
Here.
Mr. Martinello.
Here.
Mr. Raimondo.
Here.
Mr. Ritchie.
Here.
Mrs. Weber.
Here.
Everyone kindly stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us have a moment of silence for all our Walden veterans and all veterans across our country who have given the ultimate sacrifice to serve in our military. Some did not make it home so that we can live in a land that is free. Clerk, please say the prayer.
We thank you for everyone gathered here now. Thank you that you know each of us by name and have caused us to walk with you. We say that we are dependent on you and our trust is in you completely. As we surrender ourselves in adoration, we ask that you would come by your Holy Spirit and inspire our hearts today. Come fill our lives with your love, fill our conversations with your grace and truth, fill this meeting with your presence. We ask this for your glory and praise. Amen.
Amen.
At this time, we have a presentation from the Walden Community Alliance.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for having us here to make this presentation tonight. Something we've been wanting to do for a while, and I'd like to just let you know a little bit about the Walden Community Alliance. It was formed in 2005 as a nonprofit organization with a purpose to beautify Walden's downtown area and restore the amazing historic railroad station. In 2016, Bergen County Historical and Cultural Affairs Office awarded recognition to WCA for excellence in historic restoration. WCA members, along with other volunteers, continue supporting this area as a center of community activities. The railroad station has been home to the Walden Museum of Local History and is a centerpiece of one of the most well-attended auto shows in New Jersey. It has presented outstanding exhibits, including A Thread Through Time, The Immigrant Experience, Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, Walden's Centennial Celebration, and upcoming for 2026, it will present one of the best exhibits ever, Revolution 250. Its permanent collection of military and local artifact displays makes this place a treasure for our community and visitors. WCA's museum team invites anyone who truly wishes to participate in what we call the future of history and interact with people who have a passion for all of this and all the community stands for. So that said, the Walden Community Alliance, and I would like to have Chuck come up here, please, and other members of the Walden Community Alliance. Mr. Chuck, would you come up? I'm ambushing him. And of course, Lisa, and yes, any members of Walden Community Alliance. We'd like to bestow a memento of our town's history and memories in appreciation to each of our vitally important organizations, including the Walden Fire Department. I'd like someone to come up from the Fire Department, okay, and the Walden Volunteer Ambulance Corps, which are here. Where? There you are. Yep. Oh, yeah, Lucas, hi. And Mr. Frank Palladino, come on up. Come on down. And yes. And the Walden Police Department, if anyone is here. Troy? Okay, all right. Anyway. Okay, each of the history boards we'd like to give to you also comes with a QR tag, and that will link to each of your organization's websites and how to get involved with your organization and volunteer. And so we have these history boards. You may place them wherever you wish to place them. What I'd like to do is just, if I can get a photo with everyone, and Mr. Mayor, can I have one with you too? And anyone else that would like to come up? Yeah. Okay, terrific. Thank you. May I go ahead and take a picture? I'm going to put this right Yes, absolutely.
Slide away. This way, so image. Okay, that's it.
They're beautiful. Wow.
He's on.
Tom, want to come out in the middle?
That's all right. It's your night, I'm on.
You get right in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're all right side up.
We're all lined up.
Looks good, Harry.
Okay, let's do a couple, okay, you ready? And there we go, just look at me, smile up, and we got it.
And may I have one more thing?
Yes,
Could we have the members of the president of the Walden Historical Society come
on,
on,
guys.
and Glenn, these are the authors of the Walden history books and longtime members of the Walden Historical Society. Yep. Okay.
squeeze in there, squeeze it in.
Tighten up, folks.
Get in there, tight, close. I'll get sideways. How's that?
Pull in the back.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
get behind, if you're taller, get behind it. Okay. Okay, make sure you can see my camera, okay? Because if I can see it. Okay, look at me. And let's do one more from over here, look this way. And I think we got it.
Super. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Right behind me, she hits me with all kinds of things.
Okay, our committees, Financial Administrative Committee, Councilman Ritchie.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I just want to spend a minute talking a little bit about something that got brought up at the end of the last council meeting as it relates to pilots, and we'll talk a little bit more about it in new business. But we haven't actually been asked from the development project at Harrison Ave whether or not we're going to negotiate a pilot. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the numbers since it hits to the budget, and our budget's under some severe pressure at the moment with a deficit, and we're decreasing our surplus every year. So if you look down at Harrison Ave, at the corner of Prospect and Harrison, there's a vacant lot. If you go down Harrison Ave, I think there's 5 properties. The borough, I would say the entire town, currently collects about $67,000 a year in taxes from all of those properties. I think the borough itself, which we all represent, take in about $12,000. The school will take about 75% of that. The county will take about 5%. So that's $67,000. Now, any development, I would say any developer that comes in expects a pilot, especially if it's the first project in town. What that means is, rather than paying taxes, they pay the town a share of the revenue that they make. So pilots tend to run from 10% of revenue to 15% of revenue. You can do that as a progressive, 10% to 15% as time goes on. If you look at, if we were really bad at negotiating, right, and we negotiated only a 10% pilot for the development that's coming in, assuming those apartments go for $3,500 a year, which, who's paying $3,500 a month rather for an apartment, which is very low, and the retail that's there, we're looking at north of $200,000 in new revenue, in new taxation for the town, just on that development alone. So we could put it to referendum. We could decide not to offer a pilot. Maybe they'll walk away, but we would give up $140,000 in taxation for a town which is, I think, really struggling financially. So I would just urge everyone to kind of educate themselves on the advantages, not just the disadvantages of pilots. I would urge all of us to meet with the Board of Ed. I would urge all of us to meet with the Chamber of Commerce. I would urge all of us to ask everyone to have a seat at the table and ask how can we bring new tax revenue into the town to help our budget rather than push it out. And that's my report for this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Fire and Police Protection Committee, Councilman Rennick.
Mr. Mayor, I have nothing to report tonight.
Okay, thank you. Public Safety Committee, Councilwoman Saracola Drake.
Thank you, Mayor. Wolvac would like to thank the borough and Tatiana for the invite to the last meeting / Chief Messner's send-off. A few standbys that they were at include the No King's Day support for the police department and the Ragamuffin Parade. Thank you.
Thank you. Recreation and Health Committee, Councilman Martinello.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Public Works Committee, Councilman Raimondo.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Building and Grounds Committee, Councilwoman Weber.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Don't have much of a report this evening. The Lions Park is still going ahead as planned. They should have that wrapped up by the end of the month. And I don't know if we were still having some issues with the garage door wall back, but I think that looks like that it's worked itself out.
We have a meeting on site tomorrow, Lucas, myself, and Mike, to talk about the proposals that we received and what the next step is.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Our Administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to take a few minutes this evening to provide an update that we received from H2M, who is the water engineer that the borough brought on board earlier this year to do a hydraulic study. I know there's it's a process, and there are a lot of components to that process, and so I asked them to provide us with an update that I could share with you this evening. We will start as of May 13th of this year. The following has been done to date. So H2M worked with the Water Department and Neil Systems. They are our SCADA contractor to access system data to calibrate the model. On July 30th of this year, there was the public presentation to provide an update on assessment of the water quality issues and the preparation of the hydraulic model, which was well received and well attended. SCADA data became available mid-September. H2M assisted with the data download, and on October 9th, and they were provided to the H2M team to complete their hydraulic model. So again, our Water Department maintains data that comes into the system, and so the effort has been made to get that info to H2M, obviously, as part of the bigger picture. Model calibration is being finalized, and the draft report is being prepared. As you might remember, that was the outcome of what the contract that the borough went into with H2M. That draft report is ready for internal review as of December 1st, and then that report will be sent to the borough to be reviewed and finalized. Preliminary flushing plan is being established for the Water Department so that our fall flushing can be completed, and that is being discussed with our Water Department this week. And then a final public presentation of the findings and future planning will follow the report finalization. And that is, I know many residents are anxiously awaiting that, all of us are, and so that is just a few updates on where we are with that program. Thank you.
Thank you. Borough Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. I would just like to thank our amazing super board workers and our board workers for an outstanding job on Election Day. The polls were very busy, and they were very well organized and ready to go. I also wanted to thank Melissa from my office, DPW, and PD for their assistance with the election. It's a long day for Melissa and I. We get here around 4:30 to make sure the polling locations are open and that the super board workers have all of their election materials. And we end the day when the super board workers and the board workers bring all the election returns back to us, and we execute the chain of custody for the police department to bring the returns to the county. So it's a really long day, but it went really well. Just some figures from this election. In Bergen County overall, 338,335 votes were cast out of 672,163 registered voters, or 50.3%. Early voting saw 67,707 votes, mail-in ballots 53,392 votes, and provisionals 5,010. In Waldwick, 4,671 votes were cast, or 60.15% of the total number of registered voters here in Waldwick. I also want to talk a little bit about the food drive that took place on Saturday, November the 8th, and to thank all the residents who donated food and gift cards for our emergency food drive. So many residents came by that we had to take 3 loads directly to Families for Families that day. So I wanted to thank Steve Weber, of course, and Mary Kirsch for also driving loads to Families for Families. And thank you again to everybody who donated. Also, I wanted to thank all the volunteers who came forward to volunteer to help unload the vehicles and then load the van with the donations. We did have a lot of students, which was nice, and they were extremely helpful, and I am working on their service letters and should have them to them shortly. The 2026 calendar, the work continues on that. Melissa's our lead on this, and she's doing an amazing job. The calendar should be to the printer, hopefully, by Thanksgiving. I'm working on the 2026 reorganization meeting resolutions. Some updates on some holiday events. We have a lot of exciting things coming up. We have the Christmas tree lighting on December 5th at 7 p.m. in Borough Park, with the library staff once again hosting the Family Fun Crafting starting at 5. We have Mayor Giordano's 5th annual holiday house decorating contest, which the entries must be received by 2 p.m. on December 12th, and the judging will be December 17th. We have the menorah lighting on December 14th at 4:30 in front of the Waldwick Public Library, and everyone is invited to attend these events. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Covering a borough attorney.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. There's no report this evening, but we will need to go into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, and that's expected to take approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. Consent resolutions and resolutions of the governing body.
Be it resolved that the following resolutions herewith listed by consent, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Waldwick, are hereby passed and approved. 2025-304, approval of consent. 2025-305, approval of minutes, regular meeting and closed session meeting of October 14, 2025, and the closed session meeting of October 28, 2025. Policy votes A. Waldwick Lions Club requests to hang the Shop Small banner on Route 17, the fence, and leave it up for the holiday season. Waldwick Lions Club requests to use the Administration Building Council Chambers for the annual Children's Christmas Party on December 7th from 12 to 3, with permission to set up on Saturday the 6th from 12 to 3. Waldwick Fire Department requests to use the fire truck to drive Santa Claus around town on December 7th as part of the Waldwick Lions Club annual Children's Christmas Party. 2025-306, change order number 1 final and current estimate number 1 final to DS Meyer Enterprises LLC for the 2025 road resurfacing program ADA curb ramp upgrades in the amount of $32,324.91. 2025-307, approval of Chapter 159 for Bergen County program year 2025-2026 for the CDBG grant. 2025-308, authorize execution of the program year 2025-2026 grant agreement with Bergen County Community Development Block Grant for ADA curb ramp improvements. 2025-309, endorsing resolution to apply for the program year 2026-2027 Bergen County Community Development Block Grant for ADA curb ramp installations for Zazzetti Street. 2025-310, authorize payment to Colleen Ennis for reimbursement of HSA contribution due to health care plan switch. 2025-311, refund tax overpayments various, and 2025-312, payment of vouchers.
Do I have a motion and a second? Sure.
Mr. Mayor, just wanted to update everyone on the CDBG grant, that we've got a number of resolutions pertaining to those grants. Happy to report that the borough was issued the 2025-2026 CDBG grant in the amount of $75,509. The intent of that grant will follow suit with what we've been doing in the past, where the areas in town that are proposed to be paved in the coming years, we are doing a first step related to the curb ramp improvements at those locations. so that when we get to their streets for paving, everything will be completed. So very happy to have been awarded that by the county, and at the same time, they are asking us to put in our intentions for the following year, 2026, 2027. So together with Boswell and Bruno Associates, we've had some meetings and are putting in for curb ramp installation on Zazzetti Street for that project. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a motion and a second to accept? Motion by Andy, second by Mark. Anyone have a question? Clerk, take the roll, please.
Mr. Braddock?
Yes.
Ms. Sarah Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Okay, we have two introductions of ordinances. I think we're going to pull the first one, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And then the second one becomes 23.
Will become 23, yes.
Okay, would the clerk kindly read ordinance number 2025-23?
Ordinance number 2025-23, an ordinance to amend Chapter 64 of the Code of the Borough of Waldeck entitled Parks, adding that all dogs must remain leashed within a park.
The motion and second is in order to pass this ordinance on first reading and that it be advertised in local legal newspapers required by law, setting a public hearing 2 weeks from tonight's meeting at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached. Motion and second. Motion by Michelle, second by Mark. Anyone have a question on this? What this is that we looked through our code book and we found out that we don't have anything pertaining to dogs being on a leash. We've had some, people complaining that dogs are running around, doing things that they're not supposed to do on the lawn. The little children are afraid of the dog not being on a leash, so what we're doing is to protect everybody. We're passing this ordinance. Anyone else? Nope. Clerk, please take the roll.
Sure. Mr. Braddock?
Yes.
Ms. Sarah Drake?
Yes.
Mr. Martinello?
Yes.
Mr. Raimondo?
Yes.
Mr. Ritchie?
Yes.
Mrs. Weber?
Yes.
Okay. Any unfinished business from the council? Yes.
Thank you. I was wondering when the last water committee meeting was for the members that were appointed to that committee.
So the committee began when the hydraulic study agreement was signed. We had a few initial meetings. We have had internal meetings with H2M, which include Kelly, myself, Colleen, and Mike Latour. So we met as recent as last week with Karen Benson of H2M to talk about the progress and obviously with the transition the past month and a half, bringing everybody up to speed and on the same page with what they've been doing and what the next steps are.
Yeah, I believe the mayor appointed council members also. Has that entire committee met recently? Because obviously this water is a very important issue to people.
No, we didn't meet. What we did was they decided that they would have the people here in the building take care of all that stuff. And then once we have to meet, we'll meet as a whole council. But as our administrator said, she met with Colleen, with Kelly, and with Mike Latour.
Okay, and you may have mentioned this in your report earlier, but the broader town hall, which was promised in the summer to be in person, when would that be scheduled for?
So they're reporting that once that final report is given to us, then we can set the date. So their internal review is the week of December 1st, and then they'll send it over to us to review, and then we can set a date together with them. The hydraulic model takes, you want to make sure that your hydraulic model takes into account preferably up to a year of data, because you want it, at different times the system is experiencing different pressures and different usage, so you want to have a significant amount of data that covers all of those, let's say, seasons throughout the year. So certainly they're on track with what they've been doing. The anticipated meeting, I guess, prior to me was suggested that the fall would be the best time, but as of September, they had downloaded our SCADA system, so they need that information in order to have a full presentation.
Okay, maybe just a suggestion, we can put this out to the residents, because I've had so many people asking me, and honestly, I don't even know the answer. So I know people wanted to come in person and voice their concerns, so if we could maybe put something out that this is the status, this is the timeline, and why it's taken so long, kind of ease their concerns.
Absolutely, we can share that update that I received today.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Nope. Any new business from the council?
I have some new business.
Yes.
Yeah, so following up on the last meeting where we talked about referendum for the potential pilot, I've had a lot of questions from residents. Mayor, why are you recusing yourself from the conversation on Harrison Ave? It's a big project. It's a central part of town, you are the mayor, to not participate in that has raised some questions.
I would have to concur with the attorney on that.
You can't answer why you're not
I have to have the
participating.
attorney.
Have you ever met with the developers or their attorneys or financiers prior to us? You're not going to answer any questions on
I
that?
haven't met with
You
nobody.
you will not? You've never met with them?
No.
Never?
No.
Okay. And do you think that it's appropriate that you recuse yourself from the conversations, but then recommend that a pilot be put to referendum for that exact project? So you're recusing yourself on one side, but then deciding to jump in on another? You're not going to answer? I'm sorry. You're
I'm not
gonna
allowed to answer. My attorney.
You're not allowed to answer anything? Okay.
He'll
You know what?
explain.
I don't want to hear from the attorney. I would like to hear from you. But you're not going to
You
answer.
could Oprah me, and then it'll go to the attorney, and then the attorney will give you your answer. Am I
Okay.
correct to say that, sir?
Just by way of clarification, the choice to recuse himself is the mayor's decision, and once he's made that decision, he is not required by law to disclose those reasons. He can do so if he so chooses. He is not required by law to do so.
But you've never met with them before?
No.
No, okay.
Nope.
Thank you.
Well, I met with one person, that's why I had to recuse myself. I was forced to meet with them. But that's.
You were forced to meet with them?
Well, I know where you're going with this,
I'm just
and
asking
I really,
questions.
for me to start talking about why I recuse myself might make a big damper on if you want to do a pilot program or not.
I'm just
I want to
asking
I want to
questions.
just state, what we could do is we could meet with our attorney, Craig Bazan, or Anna, and she could
So
sit
you
down.
have met with them?
I'm sorry?
So you have met with the developers?
No. Nope.
You just said you did?
What happened is 2 years ago, well, 4 years ago, we had a meeting. It was with Patrick, what's his name? Patrick Weary, a developer, their attorney, our attorney, and they discussed about a plan for that area. At which time, this happens a lot. They meet with the mayor, the administrator, and then what we do is we tell the people will come back and talk to the council about this. What happened was, it never got that far because when we met, we decided the project that they wanted at the time was not feasible for the town. And that's the last time I met with any developers about that area. The new developers here, I never met. I know who
You
they
never-
are,
You never
but I-
met with the DMR folks in town?
No.
Okay.
I met DMR when he was here, first time. Any other new business? Public, open to the public. Anybody from public would like to comment, just come up, just state your name, please, no address for our records.
Hi, my name is Nadia Lupino. I live at 92 Ridgewald Ave, Waldeck, New Jersey. Mr. Mayor, I have a question for you directly because I want to address last council meeting. You publicly asked residents to not believe social media regarding posts that were about you
Right.
and that they should come to you directly, correct? Okay, excellent. Less than 24 hours after that, or 48 hours after that, you sent an email to residents, plus it was publicly posted on Facebook,
Right.
discrediting or basically alleging that I committed or was involved in election misconduct. This was clearly a lie, and you had my name clearly outlined in your email, so we know it was about me. My questions are threefold. So I had the comment and then my question. Can you explain to me on why you chose to make a public accusation rather than address it with me directly, despite asking residents to do the opposite as it pertains to you? What is the justification, or the criteria rather, that you can use to justify this difference? It seems a little bit of a hypocritical because you had just asked residents less than 24 hours to come to you directly. You and I had never had a conversation. And then my last question is regarding residents who choose to step up and put themselves out there to serve, regardless of political party, are now going to expect, or can they expect rather, to be publicly defamed without direct communication from you, as again, you and I never had a conversation.
Well, first of all, I know why you're here and why you're saying this.
No, you don't.
It's all well and good.
Okay, that's fair, but I'm asking on behalf of the public as well.
I have a right to do whatever I have a right, like anyone else does, have a right to voice my opinions on who I would like to elect. I'm sorry, sir?
Not put on Facebook.
Well, I did that, but
you did.
I'm not complaining about what you're saying about me on Facebook.
I never said anything about you on
Oh,
Facebook.
yes, you did.
No,
There's a lot of...
there's nothing about me that I said to you during that time period on Facebook.
I don't want to get you involved.
No. No, there's
I know you're
nothing.
here tonight to just come after me and attack me.
You're damn straight. You're dead straight. We're out to get you. That's right.
Go ahead.
Because you're a liar, you're a phony, you're crap.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Because you remember this lady?
Oh, yeah.
You had coffee with her. What'd you tell her?
I didn't have coffee with her.
You
Yes,
did.
you did.
You had
came in-
coffee with
You and
her.
I had coffee this
Yes,
summer.
you did.
Why don't you come up to the
I'm so pissed off right now.
Councilwoman, please, folks, just a brief, just a brief point of order,
I'm
please.
so pissed off right
Folks,
now.
folks, sir, please, just a brief point of order. We would love to hear from everybody in the public. Everybody in the room has their right to speak. We would just ask that if you do so, you approach the podium in an orderly fashion and address your comments to the entire council. Thank you.
You all know who I am. I don't have to introduce myself. I am so livid right now as to what happened through this campaign. It was malignant. And we went, me and my running mate, we had to fight against two parties. One was the Democrat Party and what I consider to be the Rhino Party. Okay? This man over here, who's supposedly the mayor, had established protocols in conduct when you ran a campaign. He broke them all. Broke them all. And he sits there like a little Mussolini telling people how to run their lives. He basically has never listened to his constituency. He gives them lip service when he lets them talk to them, and then he does whatever the hell he wants. And you know it. And you can't refute it.
I'm not
And
saying
that
a word.
woman over there is my wife,
I know.
and you invited her to coffee.
I didn't invite her for coffee.
Yes, you did.
Could I-
You wanted her to come up here and straighten you out?
I could, no one has
Do
to
you
come
want
here
her
and
to
straighten
come
me
up here
out.
and straighten you out?
Sir,
Do you want her to come up here and straighten you out?
Sir, can you please
No.
show some decorum?
I am fine how I am,
I ask
because
you
I'm
to
so
respect me,
pissed off at how things were run in this town. I held it in for so long, 8 months. You can ask, I call them my teammates. I was calm. I went to every door in this town to represent our platform.
You've done nothing different than any other person who has ran.
Great.
Don't sit up there complaining that
Sir, can we
That's
please?
great.
Yeah.
You
Sir,
have
can
your
we please,
time, I
sir,
have my
please,
time.
please
Okay.
direct your comments to the council,
Okay.
sir. If you could
So
please, if you'd like
basically-
to speak, we'd like
So
to hear you speak, sir.
basically, we ran our campaign as clean as possible, if not crystal clear. Then we get bombarded by this man over here regarding crap, making accusations, lying, okay? And by the way, my wife had coffee with him, and he said, well, you know what? Your husband is making a big mistake. Why? Because he's going to split the Republican Party.
I never said anything like
That
that.
is exactly what you said.
No, you
to
did,
me.
no, I didn't. And first, well, you could, I'm sorry, you can
Yeah.
continue your conversation.
So then he said, hey, by the way, you know what? Have him run, but nobody has to vote for his running mate. Let's run it like that. If you want witness A, right over there, okay? So what do you think anyone's going to think about when they have to run in this town and have to represent a platform and then be crapped on, okay? It's garbage. This man is hated throughout the town. Everybody hates him. That is not true. That is absolutely not.
Not.
I'll tell you something. I'll say
That
this.
is not true.
I'll say something. Majority
You
of the
can't
people,
stand
the
there and
majority
say
of the
that
people in this
everybody
town
hates
hate
that
him.
man. They
The
trust your
majority
law.
of the majority of the people in this
You
town
are
hate
wrong.
him. I am right, because I talk to a lot of people.
Not enough.
Really?
Well, I said a majority.
No, you said everyone, sir.
Okay, great. Everyone, majority, whatever you want. Now, the idea is this. Things have to be straightened out in this town. We had this platform. I thought it was a fantastic way to approach everything. Okay? It was honest. And we went to everybody about it. But there was a split. And there was a trashing of people. That's the worst part of it. The loss, okay, we take it as it is. But we were trashed on. Okay? And that's garbage. not for a town. Do you understand that? We were trashed on. That's really crap.
Anyone else?
Yes, I want to say something too. My name is Frank Gurno. I live in this town almost 60 years, and I never see anything like this in my life. Also, the water, we can't even open the water. Every time I open the water, it turns brown. Even my cat doesn't even want to drink the water. We have to give a bottled water. I mean, the taxes getting crazy because there's no revenues in this town. And if they don't pass that darn thing down the town, where the plan that we have, that right now, that Prospect Street and the other, it looks like we're downtown in Patterson. That's what it looks like. Exactly like Patterson.
So now you're insulting Patterson.
No, I didn't insult Patterson. I mean, it's not looking like I said.
Who are you? None of your business.
And also,
Not to your concern.
Folks, if we could please just address all the comments to the council. And again, if you'd like to speak, we'd be more than happy to get
Exactly.
everybody in the room
Exactly.
the chance to speak. Just please do so in an orderly fashion at the podium and when it's your turn. Thank you.
And also, when we pass in Wyckoff Avenue, that thing smells so bad, it's unbelievable. You can even stand the smell. And it's been going on for years and years and years, and nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody. I mean, come on. Let's do something about it. Let's, like Trump said, make America beautiful. Let's make Walvick beautiful and fix it up. And, that way we all can live in, our kids can live in, our grandkids can live in, and everybody else. Instead of just, accuse one another. Let's make the town beautiful. And that's what we need.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? If not, we're going to be going into closed session. Do I have a motion to go into close? Motion by Andy, second by Mark. All those in favor?
Do you have something to say? Oh, did that gentleman want to say something?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone out there. My name is Robert Guarnieri. I live on West Prospect Street. I've lived here for 1 year. I just have one question. On West Prospect Street, I see you put a sign or a little thing that says speed limit, 25 miles an hour. There are a lot of children playing after school. I live there and I'm watching the cars are coming down like crazy. Could you just put a speed bump? Or at least look into it. Like near Lakewood Drive, you start, because even after the high school games, okay, we win, everyone's happy, they're going down there like crazy. And like I said, many of my neighbors, they're afraid to put their kids in the front yard because, again, the cars are coming down a little too fast. So I'm just asking, can you do a study or something? I'm glad you put the sign there. It's really not working. So maybe we could use some speed bumps.
I'll share your feedback with the police department, and we'll continue to look at that area.
Okay, thank you so much.
Is there anybody on the TV?
No question.
No questions? So now we're going into close and we'll be coming out, no decisions being made?